Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Also, welcome to day 3 of our 10-day at-home yoga challenge. I am so happy that you are here. The postures that we explore today will build both strength and flexibility in the mind and the body. In terms of items, feel free to bring along with you a blanket, a pillow, a yoga block, but really, all that you truly need is you. All right, let's get started. Okay, so join me in a seated position on your mat. This could be one foot in front of the other, like what I am doing, or even a cross-legged seat. And just as we did in days 1 and 2, feel free to sit up on a blanket, a pillow, or a yoga block, just to help us create a little bit more space in our bodies. And perhaps you even visualize that you have a string attached to the crown of your head that is encouraging us to sit up a little bit taller in this posture. Allow your hands to just fall wherever they may naturally fall, and feel free to close your eyes or maintain a soft gaze. Let's breathe in through our nose, and then breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Breathe in, and out. Breathe in, and out. So our affirmation for today's practice is, I view challenges as opportunities for growth. I view challenges as opportunities for growth. So just consider that affirmation just for a moment. And now I invite you to think about a challenge or a challenging moment that you have experienced at some point in your life. That could be a challenging test, an interview, or perhaps even a yoga posture or a movement that you found challenging. Now, consider your response to that challenge without passing any judgment. Now, can you see that challenge as an opportunity for growth? For example, say if it was a job interview that was extremely difficult. Perhaps from that experience you acquired newfound skills and experience, such as in oral communication, problem solving, critical thinking, and so on. Now, I should also mention that it is okay if the challenge was just simply a challenge. That's perfectly fine. This affirmation is just something that we can consider as we move on our mats, and perhaps we even take that affirmation with us off of the mat. So we will be exploring some postures that may present some challenges, so just keep that affirmation in the back of your mind. Let's breathe in together, and then just sigh it out through the mouth. Okay, you can open up your eyes if you had closed them. If your left heel is not already there, bring it a little bit closer towards your right glute. And now let's guide our right foot over towards the left side of our mat. So feel free to stay here nice and lifted, or if you would like a bit of a spinal twist, you can hook your left arm around your left leg and then swim your right fingertips back and behind you. Breathe in. And then exhale to journey into the twist, looking past our right shoulder. Feel free to find a nodding action with the head, chin towards the sky, and then towards the chest. So we're getting a nice hip stretch in there as well, giving our internal organs a little bit of a massage. And then we eventually find some stillness. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, we unravel, and let's take it on over to the other side. So we're gonna hug our right foot in towards our left glute, and then guide our left foot over towards the right side of our mat. So once again, there is an invitation to stay here, or you can hook your right arm around your left leg and then swim those left fingertips back and behind you. Breathe in to grow nice and tall through your spine, and then exhale, journey into that twist. Feel free to find that nodding action here as well. Wonderful. Find some stillness. Breathe in. And then exhale, we unravel, and then make your way back into a comfortable seat of your choice. Place your hands on your knees. On our next breath in, let's move our heart center forward, loop our shoulders, tuck in that chin slightly. And then on our exhale, we continue that circular motion, drawing our belly button towards our spine, chin towards the chest, shoulders round forward slightly. Breathe in to come forward, look forward, and then exhale, rounding on through. Breathe in and out. Wonderful. So you take this away. Continue on with that action. You can do this at your own pace, marrying the breath to the action. And perhaps you even close your eyes just to allow you to go inward. Really feeling the sensations flowing through your body. And then you can reverse that circle at any time. So this is one that I personally like to do first thing in the morning, as I feel that it really gets the energy flowing throughout my body. It's a really great way to show the spine a little bit of love as well. Wonderful. And then we eventually find stillness, aligning the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis. All right, we're going to make our way to all fours now. So when you get there, feel free to pad the knees with a blanket or a pillow, or fold your yoga mat over. And just as we did in the previous day, let's focus in on our alignment. So we're going to be stacking the wrists under the shoulders, knees go underneath the hip points, pressing into the tops of the feet, really feeling that connection to the earth, spreading our fingers, pressing into those fingertips to take some pressure off of the wrists. Elbow creases shine forward towards the top edge of our mat. We rock that pelvis forward slightly, just creating some length in our low back body, and we're looking directly between our hands. Here we are once again in tabletop position. Let's breathe in and breathe out. All right, now let's send our right foot back and behind us, curling the toes under, and then followed by the left foot. Toes curled under. Yes, we are here in plank pose. So when we are in plank, we're really pressing out of our foundation, so everything that is touching the earth, we're reaching our heels towards the back edge of our mat. Now there may be a tendency for the bum to be kind of closer towards the sky, or the hips to be dipping down a little bit lower. We're going to find that happy medium here as we activate the muscles of the core. So you may be shaking, whew, lighting that fire in the core. Whew, you got this. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a downward facing dog by sending your hips to the sky. Now feel free to walk your hands towards the long edges of your mat just to create a little bit more space, some more support. As always, we're listening to our body as it is always communicating with us. Now, in a downward facing dog, feel free to bend your knees to really melt your heart space towards your thighs, looking between the feet. This can really help straighten through our back body. Now you may also want to find some organic movement here by just pedaling out your feet. So dropping one heel towards the earth at a time, bending one knee at a time. So I like to call this taking the dog for a little walk. As always, we are keeping the breath flowing as the breath is such an exceptional tool. It can help us dig in deeper into the posture, perhaps even find more steadiness and ease as we explore. All right, my darling friends, we eventually find some stillness. Let's breathe on in through our nose and then just empty it out through the mouth. All right, join me in a beautiful and graceful and slow walk towards the top edge of the mat. And when you get there, let's bring our feet so that way they're roughly hip distance apart. Whenever I am in a forward fold, I like to bend my knees so that way my belly can rest on my thighs. And then we can grab opposite elbows here and then just find a gentle sway from side to side, allowing the head to relax, to hang loose, the muscles of our back body to soften. And then we eventually find stillness. On our next breath in, let's send our hands up and towards the sky. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer position. Let's breathe on in through our nose. And then breathe out through the nose or the mouth. All right, allow your hands to just float down to your sides, palms facing forward, fingertips curling in. This can really help roll our shoulders back and create a nice opening in our heart space. So here we are in mountain pose. So let's find ways to really ground down through our feet so that way we can really feel that connection to the earth. And perhaps we even check in with the rest of our body. Are there ways in which we can stand up a little bit taller, lengthen through our spines? Perhaps we imagine that string attached to the crown of our head, encouraging us to stand a little bit taller here. So mountain pose is a really great posture for allowing us to reconnect with our breath. I also like it because it also gives us a chance to really consider our affirmation for today's practice. So I view challenges as opportunities for growth. So we will be moving into some postures that may present some challenges to us physically, mentally, maybe even emotionally. So perhaps you just keep that affirmation in mind and just see what happens. Let's breathe in through our nose and then just sigh it out through the mouth. Wonderful. Bring our hands to our waistline, and now let's step our right foot back and behind us, keeping our toes planted on the earth, but our heel lifted. So you may just have to adjust your stance a little bit, as everyone's anatomy will be different. You can even keep a small micro bend in that back knee. Now let's begin to sink on into that front leg. So we're bending at the knee, and our knee is roughly either stacked on top of our ankle or slightly behind the ankle. All right. Now, if you feel like you're on a bit of a tightrope, feel free to walk your left foot over towards the left edge of your mat or a little bit closer towards that edge. And another really useful strategy here is that we can use our left thumb and peel our left hip crease back. So that way our hip points are facing towards the top edge of our mat. Wonderful work. So there is an option to stay here if you would like, or on our next breath in, let's send our hands up and towards the sky, palms facing one another, biceps towards our ears. Perhaps we even sink a little bit deeper into this high lunge. So this posture definitely does present some challenges. It is a strength building posture. We're also trying to find some balance in this one. So keeping the breath flowing, breathe in and out, breathe in. And then on our next breath out, we float our hands back down to our waistline. We find a little bouncing action and then step the right foot up to join the left. All right, now let's just shake it off. Whatever happened, happened. We just let that stuff go. You're doing awesome. All right, let's reset and step our left foot back and behind us. So we've already been here, so you can figure out what worked well for you from the last time, and you can apply it here. All right, and then we're gonna bend into that front leg. Wonderful. Peel your right hip crease back to really encourage our hips to face towards the top edge of our mat. So I invite you to stay here, or if you would like, on our next breath in, let's send our hands up and towards the sky. Really sending energy past those fingertips. You got this. One thing I like to do during challenging postures is I just kind of smile through it. Sometimes I even make some silly faces. Whatever works, right? All right, let's breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's float our hands back down to our waistline. Let's find that bouncing action once again, and we're gonna step the left foot up to join the right. Shake it off. Wonderful. And now let's step to the middle of our mats. I'm just gonna adjust my pants. And when you get there, send your arms from left to right, and then step your feet so that way they are roughly in line with your wrist points. All right, wonderful. Hands can come back to the waistline. Let's turn our toes so that way they're facing the corners of our mat, and our heels are turned in slightly. Once again, we do our best to align our head over our heart and the heart over the pelvis by rocking that pelvis forward, looping our shoulders, and tucking in our chin slightly. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's begin to drop our center, bending at our knees. You got this. So there may be a tendency for the knees to spill in, but we're gonna say, no, thank you. And we're gonna encourage the knees to trace over top of our ankles, over top of our feet. All right, we are here. You got this. Now, bring your arms, you can send them from left to right, and then bend at your elbows, bringing your hands a little bit closer towards your ears. Now let's drop our right elbow towards our right thigh, and then back to center. Left elbow towards the left thigh, back to center. So let's keep this action going. Right, left, right, left, right, left. One more on each side. You got this. Right and left. Back to center. Let's breathe in. And then on our next breath out, we rise on up. We lift off. All right. You're doing great. Let's turn our toes in. Have a little small, little bouncing action in our knees. And let's hop the feet back together. Wonderful. On our next breath in, hands go to the sky. Exhale, hands float down, down, down towards the earth. Breathe in to find a flat back position, halfway lift. So we're really sliding those hands up our shins, past the knees, to our thighs, hugging our elbows in towards the side body, kind of making like a figure 7 shape. And then exhale to fold. Breathe in and out. Plant your palms and then step it on back into a plank. So we've already been here before. We're going to be pressing out of our foundation, everything that is touching the earth, really activating the muscles of the core. After all, the core helps us stay nice and strong and stable. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down and then find a comfortable seat of your choice. So that could be in a kneeling position, a cross-legged position, or even one foot in front of the other. Allow your hands to just rest on your lap. And now let's just find some nice, gentle movement with our neck by drawing some slow circles with our nose. Feel free to close your eyes so that way you can go inward and really feel the sensations in your neck and in your body. And now you can reverse that circle A kind reminder to keep the breath flowing. Perhaps the breath can relax our shoulders, allowing the shoulder blades to just glide down the back body. And now let's bring our head back over our heart space. If you had your eyes closed, you can open them up now. With your left hand, let's take our right elbow and then send the right elbow up towards the sky and then place our right hand on our upper back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, we unravel, taking it on over to the other side. Right hand now guides the left elbow up towards the sky. Left hand rests on our upper back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, we unravel, bringing our hands to heart in prayer position. Bow your head, chin towards your chest. So while we're here, perhaps we just take a moment to consider our affirmation for today's practice. I view challenges as opportunities for growth. Were you able to apply that affirmation on the mat? And do you feel that you can take that affirmation with you off of the mat? And now there's no right or wrong, no judgment here. Again, just something to consider, something to think about. Let's breathe in through the nose. And then empty it out through the mouth. Awesome work today. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. Day number 3 is all done. We're heading on into day number 4 tomorrow. I cannot wait to see you there. It's going to be a great practice. Take good care and namaste.